I might have caught that one. Good evening, Sharon.
Good evening, Tasha. How are you?
Doing well, thanks. How are you?
I'm good. As you can see, I'm, temporarily back in my office until we get some things worked out with Wi-Fi
Yeah.
and other parts of my house. Good evening, everybody who joining in with us. Please drop your comments in. We want to say hello, see how you're doing. Tonight's topic: Are
Are
you?
you brave enough to trust what you can't see?
It's a big one.
That's a big one.
It hits on a couple different levels, right?
Yeah. What comes up for you first?
What comes up for me, things I've been sharing with you, that at a certain point, as a person of faith, it doesn't matter what faith you are, but at a certain point, you got to stop being a baby in your faith, and you've got to start walking as if you've seen some things,
Yeah.
right? And you can't walk with that fear anymore. At a certain point, you got to say, even though I don't know what's about to happen, I'm going to trust, because my track record, the God has shown me, is that it's all going to be just fine. Now, if I
Yeah.
look at the track record, I can keep moving. I can stand. And you know what? You can't stay a baby in your faith. At some point, you got to grow up and just walk in faith, even
Yeah.
though you can't see stuff. What does it bring for you?
I mean, my first thought was, when you're at the bottom, I mean, where else is there to go but up, right? And yeah, I feel like sometimes if you've lost so much, what else can I lose, right? Like what's to lose? What's the worst that could happen if I go ahead and take a leap of faith, right?
Yeah.
But oftentimes for me, it's not what's the worst that could happen. I imagine what's the best thing that can happen if I go ahead and do this, right? And so that's where my brain immediately goes, right? Because if I don't do it, then look at all this that I could be missing out on, right?
That's why I love that you're my accountability partner. Okay. Because I know that that's your attitude,
Oh
right?
yeah.
And
I'm
so
like, build the airplane in the air. You want to go somewhere? Come on, let's go.
that's
We're gonna
why,
figure it out.
that's why you are. First of all, let's just say good evening. Good evening, Gail. Good
Hey,
evening,
Gail.
Gangsta. How are you?
Got me calling her Gangsta E.
Oh, she a gangster. She a gangster. And so for me, that pushes me, right?
Yeah,
That energy, and knowing that you have that perspective, and going from, because we always talk about the glass can be either half empty or half full. Both are true. But
yeah,
what's the greatest thing that can happen is what I'm happy to have you in my life to help me embrace more as my accountability partner. Right.
and I feel like, you know, the vision that I have, like when I hear other people's dreams, like I just immediately go to the best. And it's disappointing sometimes for me when people don't want to take the leap of faith because I can see what God has put in you, right? You're articulating to me what these dreams and imaginations that you have are. And I can see it. And so I'm like, oh yes, let's do it, right? And
Y'all see why
listen, it's why we do the work that we do because I can see it. I can see it, and I want it so badly for other people too.
this is exactly why you are my accountability partner. Thank you. If anyone had any questions, why? Gangsta E says you have to trust God. Amen.
Yeah.
Now, but let's talk about what we've been watching that also kind of brought this conversation full circle for us.
Yeah, so we both follow these guys, Earn Your Leisure. They have a YouTube channel, they have Instagram, all the social media. Young brothers out of New York, and
Yeah.
they talk about sustainable wealth. They've
Yeah.
changed generational wealth to sustainable wealth, investing and that sort of thing.
With a focus towards Black people.
Black people, yeah.
Yeah.
And they interviewed Steve Harvey a couple of weeks ago. And so you'll see like little clips here and there from the interview and hear Steve Harvey say nuggets, right? But we all hear Steve Harvey say these nuggets.
Yeah.
And I never went back to the interview. I'm like, oh, that's the nugget. I got the nugget. I'm gonna keep moving. And I saw what's her name?
Angela Yee?
No.
Brene Brown?
The sports newscaster.
Jamel Hill.
Jamel Hill was also on Earn Your Leisure, and she gave them props on the interview. And she said, I don't do that very often. She said, this is what I do for a living, right? And so for me to give somebody else props, that's a big thing. And so I was like, huh, okay, maybe I should go watch the interview. And I did. And the interview was 2 hours.
Yeah.
And it kept me engaged for 2 hours.
Which is difficult.
Super difficult for me. And it was during the day. So I think it might have been last Saturday, and I was like doing laundry and moving around and doing stuff. But I watched that 2 hour interview, and you're right, that's not anything that I typically do. I got like a 32-minute, attention span without commercials.
But let's talk about some of the nuggets he said. He's lost everything he's owned twice. Everything. Twice. Even after the Kings of Comedy tour.
Right.
He lost it all again. After his second divorce, he had it what 2005 he said
$1,700.
After his second divorce, $1,700. And look where he is today.
And still wants more.
Yeah.
We started this year out talking about more. It's not that he's greedy.
No.
Right. He just has vision. He said to his wife, I just felt like I'd be further along right now, considering everything that he's done. And I think everything that God has still planted in him. And she was like, wait a minute, sir, take a moment, be grateful, look around about where you are, and sit down somewhere.
Yeah. But something that he said, so he talks about some of the things he's done, right? So right now he's the longest running show host of Family Feud, right? And he took the job to get the job, but ultimately he wanted ownership, right? He wanted ownership in the show, which is what we should all be, striving for. And he said, I didn't get ownership, but you might as well feel like I'm an owner.
Right.
But then he said, he was at some kind of business conference in Africa, and he had a vision. I want to bring Family Feud to Africa.
Yeah.
I want to bring it to Ghana, I think, and South Africa. And I want to buy the rights. He didn't know how to do it. He just told his guy to get on it. And that's what he did. And now he's got the #1 show that he owns, of Family Feud, in Ghana and South Africa. He had a vision. He didn't know how to do it. They said it couldn't be done. They said it would take years. He did it in months. And now he's got the #1 show.
Listen, that is accountability and surrounding yourself with those people that are not going to be naysayers, right? He said it. He said, people don't give me excuses, right? The people that I surround myself with are going to also, latch on to my vision, and we just work to make it happen.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. But, so like Gail says, what if the person is not a person of faith?
How do you
get them there? You got to have faith. I don't know how you do it without faith. I don't know how you can trust in anything you can't see without faith. Right? And I think
you can also use examples to show people how they do exercise faith in their life, even if they don't want to call it faith, right?
Okay.
Anybody that gets in a car and drives anywhere has faith that the person on the other side is not going, turn the wheel and run into them, right? If you're in a car and you're driving, you got faith in all those people that's around you, right? That you don't know from Adam, right? So why not apply that same little bit of faith, because it only takes a little bit, right?
Yeah.
To the God, or whoever your being is who has done such great things for you so far, right? And so for me, right, if I were to encounter someone who didn't have faith, the way I would get them there is to give them examples of how they do every single day, move in bravery.
Yeah. No, you're absolutely right.
Because it's all about perspective, right? Everything is about perspective.
So let me ask, is there anything right now that you are going to be, I'm going to put you on the spot, that you're going to be brave enough to trust in that you can't see?
Is there anything? I mean, I'm sure there's something. Uh, Good perspective, etc.
Yeah. It's a great perspective.
Um, Listen, I am trusting for a new house in 2022.
Okay. I I'm going to challenge you as your accountability partner to go to push past that vision, right? I'm saying let's just, to your point, let's just blow it out, right? Let's test this very thing that we're talking about.
I should
I
go for
feel,
an estate like Steve Harvey.
you know, I mean, maybe it's not this many bedrooms, but maybe it's that many bedrooms. Maybe it's not a half acre, maybe it's 2 acres,
Mm.
right? Maybe it's got a full, you know, basement, that has enough room for when family comes to visit, and everyone's comfortable. And maybe it's half the price that you're paying right now. You know what I mean? Like, so like I'm saying, let's just blow it out.
I
Let's
like all those things.
This is what I'm saying. Like, let's just go ahead. Like, so right now, if you're watching us, we are absolutely in the moment of challenging one another and being brave. Like, I am going to be brave on the next chapter of,
Oh, yes.
yes,
I'm so excited about your next chapter.
I am too. I think it's going to be pretty great, right? And I feel
Yeah.
like the earth is shifting for my next chapter, like, to move, right? So obviously AQ Partners is a big part of that. And I think AQ Partners is going to be phenomenal and much bigger. Listen, I'm telling y'all right now, we're just waiting for Tasha to finish school. Soon as Tasha finishes school,
It's on and popping.
you can absolutely expect that we are going to soar. And it's going to be phenomenal. We have been working at AQ Partners. We have been coaching. We have been helping women change their lives. And it is such a blessing to be able to do so, right? That how can that not just, I mean, and every time we had a meeting today, every time we've worked with a woman and helped her kind of get clear on her vision and find that path forward, almost every time they've either been in tears or close to tears.
Yep, for sure. So yeah, I think, for us being brave enough to see what we can't see, I mean, sometimes we have seen it, right?
Amen. Okay.
I'm going to just throw that little caveat in there, right? One of my favorite sermons that I've heard in my entire life, the title was, "If what you see is not what you saw, then what you see is only temporary," right? And so if God has given you a vision,
Wait, you can't just, that's a whole lot of words. If what you see
currently
currently
is not what you saw,
is not what you saw before,
then what you see is just temporary.
okay, then this is just a temporary phase.
Yeah. And so, it's about what vision God has given you, right? And if you've seen it, right? So we've seen our future.
Okay.
We've seen it.
Yeah.
I've definitely seen it.
Oh, our future? Oh, yeah.
Our future.
Oh, we've seen it. Yeah.
Right. And so where we are right now, it's like, oh, this is just the path to get there. Right.
Yeah.
One of the things that Steve talked about in the interview was his vision was given to him at 10 years old.
Yeah.
Right. He said, I want to be on TV.
Yeah.
He saw another black man on TV, and white people was listening to him talk. And he was like, I want to be on TV.
Which was Bill Cosby and I Spy.
Yeah. I ain't trying to give everybody props tonight. I was just,
But here's the deal, right? But you made but he said that at 10 years old, he didn't get on television until he was
26 years.
Right. And so the key is, I think, for everyone being brave enough to trust is that you've got to be able, can you hold out when it looks difficult?
Yeah.
Can you hold out when things are not working correctly? Can you hold on, right? When you can't see but 2 feet in front of you. And if you've been given the vision, to Tasha's point, if you've been given the vision, I hope you hold on, right? Or I hope you believe in something, or just just blow your mind and just be aspirational. Someone told me a couple months ago, just be aspirational.
Just be aspirational.
Just be aspirational and see what happens.
And put it out there. Open your mouth. Speak those things, right?
Yeah.
God gave you the vision. Tell somebody.
Tell somebody.
Tell the right person, right? That's your baby. You got to protect it.
Yeah.
And then surround yourself with people like AQ Partners who are going to help you bring that vision to life, right?
Absolutely. So Gangsta E says, I trust you.
I trust with you.
By October.
Amen. I sold my house because I saw a job in Maryland that was not given to me yet. Hey, hey, hey. All right now.
Wow.
That's right.
That is amazing. Yeah. And so
and she got that job in Maryland, right?
She sure did.
Yes, she
she sure did. I mean, and so it is so important that, but also when you start talking stuff, and understand people who love you will want you to, be careful. Right. And so I think it's important that when you hear people just asking you to be careful, don't assume that means they don't want you to have your dreams.
Yeah.
But it's okay for people to make sure you're moving smart. That it's okay to make sure you're moving smart as long as you're moving.
That's right.
I think it's fair to have a plan. You may not be all the way worked out. Maybe it's a light, an outline, but it's okay to move. Don't be afraid to move.
We talk about.
Go ahead.
I was going to say in accountability, we talk about your partner being able to see your blind spots.
Yes.
Right? Because I could be so excited about something, but the way my memory is set up, I can forget that, oh yeah, we've been on this road before, but I have an accountability partner that is like, hey, watch out for this. It's going to be coming from the left. Okay. I just need you to duck when it's coming because it's on the way.
It's on its way. It's on its way. It's okay. You'll make it.
That's right.
Just duck. Just duck. No, I'm excited for our future, Tasha. And with you as my accountability partner, I'm absolutely brave enough to trust what I can't see. So I'm just going to say thank you.
I like it. You're welcome. Same here. You've always had my back and can see my blind spots, which I completely appreciate. And I do believe in the vision that God has given us to support women on this earth. And I'm super excited about it.
Yeah, I am too. So, and so that's going to do it for us this evening. But however, please don't forget, we went from Accountability Queens. We are officially AQ Partners. So make sure, right? If you go searching for Accountability
Social media,
you're not going to find us. Well, you will find us on YouTube. I mean, truthfully, you will. But, on Facebook, we are at AQ Partners. That is on Instagram, we are AQ_partners. And online, we are the AQ Partners. And we encourage you to take our course online, Change the Game. Go to bit.ly/AQ class. We have a do-it-yourself sort of accountability partner. Tasha and I are there. It's a course. We are walking you through it. We are side by side with you. And you can go at your own speed and on your own time.
That's right. I just have one more thing to add before we close up tonight. I want to wish a very happy birthday to my accountability partner. Her birthday is coming up on Saturday. The high holiday, we call it.
We call it the high holiday. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Much love. I want you to have a fantastic weekend. I do wish I could be in person to celebrate you, but listen, I celebrate you every time we are in person. So
this is true. Well, thank you, and by the grace of God, I will see that threshold on and see that and beyond on Saturday. So I appreciate it. I'm truly, truly grateful, and I'm blessed.
Yeah.
And I don't take it for granted.
Happy birthday.
Thank you, girl. I appreciate you, girl.
Good night, ladies. Thanks.
Good night, ladies. Take care.